Ultimate Bob Marley fan, Wagwan, what's going on? How y'all doing? I think this might be like take 7 or something like that. I'm trying to do it right. I want it to be under 3 minutes, so I'll hold y'all up all day, right? So, y'all see me, black community, I care about y'all, right? I don't think we can stop the game banging, but we can stop the petty shit. I tried to say that as leave that open ended as possible. I don't think we can stop the game banging, but we can stop all the petty shit, right? Okay. I hate to hate. I don't like 1% arguments. I don't like 1% arguments. Now, let me explain what a 1% argument is for all y'all people that don't know. Excuse me for taking that shot at y'all people. My fault. 1% arguments. Okay. So when a doctor is discussing medicine or something like that, right? We could have a medicine that works 99% of the time, but there's always going to be 1% who because of the way their body is, the medicine acts differently. So whenever a scientist or a doctor is doing a conclusion or something like that, they always know that just because it works 99% of the time, the way that human beings and our bodies work, there's going to be a 1%. So that's what I mean by 1% arguments, right? Because it gets, and I hope y'all know already, without me having to break it all down, but objective and subjective. Objective is something that's 100% is going to stay consistent. Subjective is something that either has a 1%, or the percentage changes depending upon where you go type shit. Something like fire, objectively is going to burn. Even if it's something that doesn't burn, that's because it's a material that doesn't burn. That doesn't mean that the fire is not burning. Fire is fire type shit. But something that's subjective as far as what's considered to be a real man. Let's talk about that. What's considered to be a real man or a real woman, real anything. What's considered real changes depending on where you're at, who you're around. So that's a version of objective, subjective type shit. Now, 1% arguments, right? If I say that a woman can't beat a man in a fight, and you respond with, oh no, there's some big girls that can knock a nigga out, that's a 1% argument that I don't need. Because 99% of these girls out here cannot beat 99% of these guys out here in a fight. That doesn't mean that every single girl out here is just defenseless and that it ain't no big girl that can knock a nigga out type shit. Excuse my language if you ain't within this. But that's what I mean by a 1% argument. I'm a man. And so we was talking about the real man stuff, right? I don't have a car right now. I need to get a car. I should not be trying to pursue relationships with women when I don't have a car. Or hold on, let me switch that up. I ain't gonna say I shouldn't be. It's harder. Okay? Now, when people tell me, yes, you can still get a girl without a car, I very much know this is true. But that's what I mean by 1% arguments, because how much easier is it to get a girl with a car than it is without a car? How many more options do I have with a car than I do without a car? So yes, it's true that I can get a girl without a car, but that's what I mean by 1% arguments. Because what's better and what's worse sometimes ain't up for debate. Some shit ain't subjective, it's objective when it comes to better or worst. I'm better off with a car than I am without a car. Yes, it's going to be more bills, that's life. If I tell, and let's get this out the way first. My mama is a fitness instructor. I grew up around all of that type shit, right? So when I tell a girl she needs to lose weight, it's not necessarily just for romantic reasons, health reasons, all that type stuff. But at the same time, if a girl is overweight and I say to her that, you'll have, maybe that's the reason you can't get a man, or maybe that's why the men aren't as infatuated with you as a slimmer girl or something like that. And I've heard this so often, where people say, "Well, I know a guy that like big girls." That's true. That is, because I did too. I've heard some men who genuinely say, "I have no problem taking a big girl down." Now, the 1% comes into play because how many men have you heard? It's something else I'm roll after that. How many men have you heard that say they prefer a big girl over a slim girl? It ain't about whether or not you will take it down, because we know a guy, we'll put our stuff in anything. But we will not wife anything. When I say we, maybe I'm speaking personally, maybe I'm just speaking about the people I know, but you ask yourself that, or you ask the guy that you know that, and ask him for a percentage of how many. Because when they tell you that there's some guys out here that like big girls, you need to tell the motherfucker, call them up, where they at. Don't just tell me it's some, it's like you telling me fairies exist or something. There's some out here, where they at though? Before you stop worrying about what you eat, before you stop worrying about how active you are, before you start worrying about, I don't need no man. It ain't about that, G. For one, everybody needs somebody, but that ain't the point. I digress. I'm trying to keep this under 5 minutes, so I'm too far already. But I don't like 1% arguments because they have been misguiding us. Because instead of motivating men to get a vehicle, you're telling men that it's okay to not have a vehicle because don't let that stop you from da-da, as opposed to focus on what's better. You know what I mean? But hey, that's one video for today. Comment below, like the video, all that type stuff. Share your thoughts, share your opinions. Please don't hesitate to disagree with me, because I love that. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Whatever time you're looking at this video.